This is take 10 of this video. Wow. Usually I turn the camera on and I just go and I'm on it and I'm like jamming out. I don't know what the deal is today, but this is the 10th take, no joke. My brain is in vacation mode still because I just returned from Hawaii. I went there for my wedding. Check it out. So exciting. And I want to talk to you today about how to get aligned to create a pinchable life. So I want to give you my law of attraction secret formula because that's what I've done. On my vacation, I thought, I'll do a YouTube video while I'm in Hawaii. And when I got there, I turned everything off other than one day of investing. I do crypto investing and I had my computer for that, drinking a beer on the beach, doing crypto investing on my computer, day one, and then turned it off for the rest of the time. Went on tons of hikes, got married, went to private beaches, national parks, just so many awesome things. And it was an incredible trip. And while I was there, I was thinking, I have a pinchable life. And I've been saying this for a while because of how I use the law of attraction to create everything that I want and have always dreamed of. And that's what I teach you here on this channel. Welcome to the NFA Money channel. I'm Dr. Amanda. If it's your first time here, I bring you tips, tricks, strategies, inspiration every week on how to make easier money doing things that you love. And the reason I do this is because I used to be on food stamps and it felt pretty shitty. And I was scared all the time about money. I felt very powerless. I thought that women had no power to make money in the world. I lacked confidence. I wasn't sure of myself. I wanted so many big things and I didn't have that inner sense of power. And so I started my journey crying on the floor one night and it led me to podcasts and YouTube channels. And I dug deep into confidence development and learning how to master myself, which led me to manifestation and mastering my money. My money. I went from food stamps to building a six-figure business in its first year. And now I love helping entrepreneurs just like you learn how to make easier money, heal your relationship to money, and get what you want because money is power. I want you to think for a second about what money means to you. I thought about this a lot in Hawaii last week. I thought about, wow, it feels really good to be able to buy what I want, go where I want, travel with ease, never worry about money. When I used to travel, I would literally calculate every penny and be like, oh no, if my kids need this, then I have to, somehow not pay for this over here. And I was always budgeting and I was always terrified. And, I'd go out to eat and I never ordered from the left side of the menu. I always ordered from the right side, meaning I always looked at the price first, not the options and what I wanted. And so that's what money gives you. It gives you the power to choose. It gives you freedom of time. And on this trip, the whole time, I was just pinching myself, thinking like, oh my God, what an incredible life I've created. I'm married to my best friend. He's amazing. I used manifestation skills to attract him. I now have a business that's growing. I work with people I love. I get to do YouTube videos that I enjoy doing. I have passive streams of income. My money keeps multiplying. I have my money making money for me. And I just have a really good life. I get to spend tons of family time. This Christmas, we rented a huge lodge with 10 rooms for our family to come all be together. And these are the kinds of things that I never thought would be possible for me. I didn't even really daydream about them because it just wasn't on my radar at all. And when I started taking the steps that I'll teach you today and learning strategies and everything started to change in my life, I was like, oh my God, there's been an answer this whole time. And I never thought that was true. I always thought that rich people had some different reality than I did, or that it wasn't accessible to me. I kind of thought of wealthy people as magical unicorns who were born that way, or, I always thought like, oh, lucky them, they were born into wealth. And I never really knew until I started working on myself and leaning into personal growth and development. I never knew that money is a skill that can be learned. Wealth building is a skill, that's it. And your relationship to money is incredibly important because it shows in an outer tangible way how you feel on the inside. So I want you to think about money confidence. How do you feel about money? Like, think for a second. What do I believe about money? How do I feel about wealthy people? How would I feel if I were ultimately financially free? And a lot of people will say, of course I want that. I would love that. That's what we're all striving for. If I asked a room of 1,000 people and you were in that room, you would raise your hand and say, yeah, I want financial freedom. Do you have it? Most likely not, because it's a very small percentage of the population. And it's because you have stuckness up here, and it makes you be misaligned in your energy, which then causes you to push and repel away from you opportunities to make easier money. And so if you've listened to videos of mine before, you've heard me talk a lot about working too hard to make money and strategies to help you attract more money. Today, I want to make sure you know the simplest formula so you can start to attract easier money your way and live a pinchable life. And this works for money, this works for relationships, this works for anything that you want to attract. So it's a 3-step process. I think of this as the secret law of attraction formula. First thing is clarity. Second thing is take action in the direction of what you say you want, the clarity part. So you declare what you want, you take action in the direction, and then you surrender. You surrender to the universe to bring you the way to get there, okay? People get stuck on all 3 of these, and I did too, and I have too, and I still do sometimes. And I've got to return to this and wherever I'm stuck, get unstuck so that I can raise my energy and attract what I want my way with more ease, joy, flow, and fun. So on this first part, clarity. On clarity, what keeps us stuck here? It's so easy to get stuck not being clear about what you want because you have all of these injected values of people around you who have told you what you should be. We need permission to be ourselves, right? And we don't get it from the outside world. We've got to claim it for ourselves. Most people tell you, you should be this, you should be that, you should do this, you should do that. I mean, people tell you how to do everything starting from day one. And depending on how self-actualized you are, you're going to listen and you're going to integrate that instead of standing your ground in your confidence and saying, here's what I know to be true for me. Here's what I know that I want. I think of confidence as knowing, loving, and trusting yourself. So confidence is to know, love, and trust yourself. When you know yourself, you know what you want. When you when you love yourself, you like all sides of yourself. You're not trying to avoid the parts that you dislike. You're embracing them and you're accepting and loving all parts of yourself. And when you know, love, and trust yourself, the trust piece has to do with resourcefulness. Okay. So when you're resourceful, you go, oh, I might not have the answers right now, but I can figure it out. And I can figure it out attitude is solution orientation and you having that belief in yourself that raises your value. This is tied to so many things in business. Confidence is tied to really everything in your business and in your life and in creating that pinchable life and being able to be magnetic, because when you're confident, you know how it feels, right? Think of a time you've been really confident and you go out into the world and you're just like, yeah, I'm on fire. I feel good. People are attracted to you. Opportunities are attracted to you. You just feel magnetically powerful and magnetic to what you want. And it's a good feeling. And it's because you're sending out the frequency of confidence, which is much higher than a frequency of fear, doubt, shame, guilt, uncertainty, imposter syndrome, all the things we get stuck with. So when you're clear, you're confident. When you're confident, you're clear. This is a feedback loop. So I want you to take action in that direction of first being incredibly clear about what you want. Drop all the bullshit other people have told you. Drop everything about what you think you're supposed to do and ask yourself, what do I want? How do I feel about wealth? How do I want to feel about wealth? Where do I want to go? What would freedom feel like to me? And I want you to step into that place of clarity. Reverse engineer your business and think, who do I want to work with? What do I want to do working with these people? How much do I want to charge? And then if you have money blocks around charging what you're worth, join my boot camp. Yeah. Go to chargewhatyourworthbootcamp.com, chargewhatyourworthbootcamp.com, and you can enroll in the boot camp to help you raise your worth, charge what you're worth, know how to talk about it, know how to structure it, all of the things that are holding you back in this way. So thinking about that clarity piece, I want you to take some time today and think about, what do I want to create in my life? Who am I? What do I stand for? What do I believe in? How do I want to feel when I wake up? What kind of house do I want? What kind of business do I want? What kind of partner do I want? What kind of parent do I want to be? I mean, I want you to get crystal clear. I journal about this every single day to keep building clarity. And it's okay if you don't know yet. Start taking steps in the direction and the way will appear. You've heard me say before, Rumi's quote, one of my favorites, as you take a step on the way appears. Or there's variations of it, but that's the gist of it. And I live by that, because you don't have to know all the answers right now. You might not have ultimate clarity of everything you want in your life, but I want you to get clear right now in what you know to be true. And if you don't know, ask the universe, say, how can I get clear? Help me get clear on what I want. Just ask for clarity and start becoming clear. When you focus on being clear, you'll get more clear. Most people focus on confusion. They go, I'm confused, I'm not sure, I'm uncertain, I'm doubt-filled, and they focus on the stuckness of that, and that just creates more of it. So get clear, and then make one decision about something you're clear on, and then number 2, take action in the direction, okay? And this is one step. It doesn't have to be a step from here all the way up to here. It's one step, okay? So just take the one step you know that will lead in the direction toward your ultimate thing that you've declared in number 1, the clarity piece. Just take one step and the way will start to appear. The thing that most people don't do, especially when they're thinking about the law of attraction, is they think, oh, I just need to think about it and it will come to me. No, that's not how it works. If you're an incredibly good manifestor, yeah, you can think about things and they'll happen pretty fast. It happens way faster and with much greater power and with more opportunities when you take steps in the directions, and because it's action based. Your bargain with the universe is that you're taking action in the direction of what you've declared. So you want to be taking at least a small step every day. Take 10 steps every day. Don't procrastinate. Don't hesitate. Don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. Instead, take action. Take a small action. When I started my business, I used to always say, screw perfection, just take action. Because I used to get really stuck in perfectionism, and I would tweak things, and I would worry about if it was perfect. I would worry about what people would think if it wasn't perfect. And in that perfection, it caused me to procrastinate. And I always think of perfectionism as a revered way to be a procrastinator, because most people think oh, it's going to look so good when I release it. So they don't really beat themselves up thinking oh, I'm procrastinating. But really what you're doing is procrastinating. It's just an avoidance strategy of procrastination. So screw perfection, just get started. I've released things that had typos in it. I've released things that just didn't work at all. And who cares? I've built an incredibly powerful business. I have an amazing NFA family through taking action every day, through showing up on a consistent basis and letting go of the fear of perfectionism, fear that it needs to be perfect, letting go of imposter syndrome. And I still work on these things all the time. It's not that these things just go away. Ultimately, it's that when they come up, I know how to move through them quickly through the things that I teach you on this channel. So take action, take one small action right now toward that thing that you've declared with clarity in number 1. And this will help you boost confidence. Action actually boosts confidence, because confidence is something that gets developed. It's not something that just drops into your lap. You don't just wake up ultimately confident. Actually, usually, unfortunately, most people have their confidence degraded over their life course. So as they age, they get less and less confident in certain things because people tell them they're not good at things. They start to believe they're not good at things. They try things out and they, quote unquote, fail. And then they think, oh my God, I don't want to try again. So you actually need to develop the habit of taking action and building your confidence and boosting yourself up to raise your value so that you can then be more clear, take more action, and get what you want. Now, this third part, surrender. I see this being another place where people get super stuck. And the reason is that we want to be in hyper control, especially when we're scared. We think, oh, I'm scared, so I've got to have a plan, a solid plan of action. And I'm going to follow it every single step of the way in order to get what I want. What happens here is that you tend to not see other options that are available to you because you've created a hyper strategic plan and there's no room for the universe to bring you opportunities that could be easier. And usually because most of you, I'm sure, have many money blocks. And if one of yours is let's say you have the belief that you've got to work hard to make money, which is a very common money block for driven entrepreneurs, then you're going to believe I've got to work really hard to make money, which means I've got to hyperplan and I've got to do everything and I've got to do every social media platform and I've got to take on all the things that all the big wigs in the industry are doing because I've got to be just like them because then I'll be successful like them. And so you overwork, you probably undercharge, you don't get paid enough, and then you start to feel like crap. None of this helps you get where you want to go. So what you want to do, clarity, take action in the direction, surrender. On this surrender piece, what you're doing is you're taking action. So you're not procrastinating. Surrender doesn't mean I just sit there and do nothing. It means that I surrender control. I allow opportunities to come. I let go of my preconceived limiting beliefs to allow expansive thought, expansive opportunity, because I'm not so hyper rigidly holding on tight to something that I think needs to happen my way. So people get really scared in this place of control. And if you notice yourself doing this, just practice saying, I'm willing to surrender. This is one of my favorite mantras for quite a while. I am willing to let go. I am willing to surrender. I'd write it in my journal. I would say it as a mantra. I am willing to surrender. I am willing to allow the universe to bring it to me in an even easier way than I ever thought possible. And these things worked amazing. These are the 3 steps that I have used to create my pinchable life. And I am saying this because I do wake up in the morning feeling like I have a pinchable life. This morning, not so much, because I had a vacation hangover and I was so tired. It was interesting. I was like, wow, I didn't know there was such a thing as a vacation hangover. I had so much fun on my vacation, and I don't usually unplug from my business. Like, I didn't check social media or get on the computer or do anything. And you know, I didn't get a ton of sleep because, you know, you just get excited and you're in this adrenaline rush kind of type of thing where you're like, oh, I want to do this and see this and experience this. And so we didn't sleep that much. And, you know, long day of travel on the way back and then 4-hour time change. And so this week's been interesting. Waking up in the morning, I'm like, I'm pretty tired. So it's been, you know, I've been embracing it and going like, it's okay. I'll get back in my groove. And, you know, when I went to do this video, I was like, I don't feel like my usual self. My brain's not working at its normal capacity. But hey, here I am because I love to deliver you value. And it's, you know, I also just want you to see the real me. Like, this is how it goes sometimes. Sometimes I am not as sharp as other times. So here's that. And I do wake up almost every single day feeling like I have a pinchable life. And it's because I've created it. It didn't just drop in my lap. I've had a lot of hard things in my life. I mean, my money story used to be very disempowered. The way that I thought about money, the way I thought about myself, my lack of confidence, my challenges in relationships where I really let other people have the financial power. So many things. In my religious upbringing, I fundamentalist Christianity, a lot of beliefs around women aren't supposed to be the breadwinners, they're not supposed to be powerful. You know, and then in sociology, my PhD's in sociology, and there was a lot of talk there around marginalization and, you know, brown women. I was first-gen college student. All of these marginalization characteristics that I carry, I really believed like, oh, how am I ever going to overcome this? I just can't be a financially powerful person. And so when I started to break down all those beliefs and I started to really tap into making money, I mean, God, it makes me want to cry. Like, it's such a good feeling to feel financially powerful. I mean, I know that you know this because I'm sure you've had times in your life where you felt disempowered and where you felt empowered, and being on the empowered end is so much better. And it just feels good to have options. And you know, I don't believe that money buys happiness at all, because I know some really, really wealthy, unhappy people. And I know some really, really happy, poor people, and the other way around. So money isn't the answer. It is just a tool, and whatever you choose to do with it is up to you, and it will amplify and expose who you are, and it amplifies who you are. And so in that way, money has given me the ability to feel more free, to have more choice, to feel powerful. And the truth is that power came from me within before I made the money, because I started to change my mindset. So remember, you've got to become what you want to attract first. It doesn't work the other way around. If you feel disempowered financially, you're going to attract things to recreate that story, to validate that story. So you've got to start with, I am powerful. Do some I am statements. Anything you say after I am is very powerful. So I've been conscious when I've been waking up in the morning, and the first thing I've been thinking since my vacation is I am tired. I'm like, ooh, don't say that. Say, I am rejuvenating after vacation. I am getting rested again. So I get conscious of what you're saying after I am, because it's a very powerful statement. So lately when I've been running, I've been using I am statements and just going into them as a form of meditation. I do it in my journal, I do it in meditation, I do it running, and it's powerful. So things like, I am a badass moneymaker. I am a powerful, confident woman. I am a powerful, confident woman business owner. I am a multi-million-dollar investor. I am a multi-million-dollar business owner. I am the best wife on the planet. I am the greatest mom on the planet. Like whatever it is that you want to say, but I am, and just boost yourself up. This raises your energy, and it helps you raise your frequency and attract awesomeness your way in the statements of what you're saying I am. You become what you believe you are. You become what you believe you are. It's not the other way around. So money is not going to solve all your problems. It's not going to really solve, it might solve some of your debt, it might solve some of some survival issues, right? But it's not going to bring you happiness unless you are happy within. So ultimately, in this secret formula I'm giving you, that clarity piece, number one, get clear about who you are now and be it. Take action to be that person now, and then surrender to letting the universe bring all of it to you, because you are that person in your energy, in your being, in your thoughts. That informs your actions, and that is what brings you the results. So this is all about energetic alignment to create a pinchable life. And that pinchable life is your clarity around what is it that you want to create. It's going to be different for every single person. Some people want to live in a tiny shack or hut or a tiny house. Some people want to live in a mansion. Some people want to travel all the time. Some people never want to leave their state. It's up to you. Don't let anyone else tell you what you want. You decide what you want, and you create your pinchable life. All right, if you're liking what you're getting here, be sure to click on the notification bell. That will help you get notifications whenever videos are released. Subscribe to the channel, click on the thumbs up, and I'll be back next week with another video for you. Until then, NFA, money making high fives.